And we are back for our final segment of today's podcast. A film review of In the Mouth of Madness by Charley Dixon. This is a bit of a mind twist of a movie and was directed by a very well-known horror director and music composer, John Carpenter. John is also well known for writing the 1978 movie Halloween, which I also may add is one of my favourite classic horror slasher movies. This film is a fantasy horror and mystery. An insurance investigator, John Trent, who had been put in an asylum, tells his tale about himself to a doctor. He talks about a horror writer and slowly discovers that the impact of the horror writer's books have on his fans is more than inspirational. Okay, character time. I will only be talking about major characters, not minor characters. First up, we have our crazy guy, John Trent, who is played by Sam Neill, who is well known for the role of Grant in Jurassic Park. Now, at first, it took me quite a bit of time throughout the movie to finally understand this character, but it was very well developed, and the acting skills are really good. The character had quite a lot of plot twists throughout the film, and I started to like the character nearer to the end, but at the beginning, I did find him a bit boring. The next main character we have is Linda Stiles, who is played by Julie Carmen, known for Fright Night Part 2. Her character was a typical sexy editor/secretary type, or at least that's how it came across to me at first. However, her character eventually annoyed the hell out of me, and is the least favourite character. One more character that I need to mention and I quite enjoyed, despite he had barely any screen time, but was always mentioned, was the horror author himself, Sutter Kane, who is played by the guy from the Da Vinci Code, who, as a note from myself as the reader here, can never pronounce his name. Anyway, his character gets mentioned quite a lot throughout the film. It was more nearer to the end that we finally did get to meet the man, and boy, was I surprised. The character was talked about in being the greatest horror author and being better than Stephen King himself, so he must have something going for him. But I loved how creepy the character was, and the actor played him very well. So, for me, he's my personal favourite. Spoiler time! I liked a lot of scenes in this movie, but the most memorable part of the movie is the old man on the bike and just getting hit by the car. I just enjoyed how they drive past the same man on the bike and then eventually the biker, I assumed he did it on purpose, crashed into the car. Though I really did not like most of the beginning part of the movie, I just felt it was a bit slow and boring. Also wished there was some more scenes with the doctor. The type of people I would recommend this film to is to those who enjoy a good plot twist and a bit of a screwed up mind in the end experience. It is a bit slow at the beginning, but give it a chance and it gets better later. I personally rate this film 6 out of 10. The characters were good, the story was interesting, but was a bit slow for me.